Hello there, what's going on? It's JB here, John Stuttar, with another episode of the Mark II Burnley FIFA 17 career mode, and we're coming up towards the end of our first season, and what a start, what a season it has been. We're just 2 games away potentially from getting Champions League football. Last time out we lost 1-0 to Crystal Palace, but we then redeemed ourselves with a 3-0 win over West Brom. Bournemouth, who are bottom of the table, we come up against, they are actually bottom of the table, you can't see them there, that's the reason. And then we've got a match against West Ham, so it's Eddie Howe now we're up against relegated Bournemouth and our former manager Eddie Howe. Could we keep that, could we build on the momentum gained by the West Brom result, or would Eddie Howe stifle us, our former manager stifle us? Well, let's find out as we take to the field at the Vitality Stadium as we took on already relegated Bournemouth for the penultimate game of the league season. Well, here we are at the Vitality Stadium. Burnley know that a win against Bournemouth would certainly put them in the Champions League next season with a game to go, but nothing's cast in stone yet. Bournemouth, of course, in the bottom 3, in fact rock bottom, with our last top flight fixture here for a little while anyway. A disastrous season really, where Eddie Howe just couldn't get anything together. And this is the side he's picked. Max Grado and Benicofobia there, Jack Wilshere also there as well. Plenty of experience on the bench, including Josh King and Arthur Burrich. As for Burnley, well, they've gone with Will Hughes and Stephen Defoe at the heart of the midfield. Graham Rashford keep their places, Stephen Gerrard and Robert Snodgrass amongst those on the substitutes bench. The referee is Mike Jones from Cheshire, and we're all ready for the start. And well, this is well, we're underway then at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth in the black and red striped shirts know their fate has already been sealed a long time ago. They attack the goal to our right. Here's Wilshere. Afobe turning nicely there for Bournemouth. Plays it in towards Grado, back to Afobe again. Good start this from Bournemouth. Pressure, knowing that the pressure is off, and Max Grado just shoots over the top. A good purposeful start there from Bournemouth. They know the pressure's off. Grado just snatched at it a bit and scuffed the shot wide. Fraser. Smith, back to Fraser again. Good football down the right hand side here from Bournemouth. Header knocked away by Flanagan. And Daniels clattered into Gudmundsson, and Gudmundsson could be out of the game here. Sermon carries on, it's gone out, but it means Gudmundsson will not be able to continue. That's the injury he sustained, and he couldn't get up from that. And in the end, Robert Snodgrass makes a substitute appearance after just 18 minutes. And I don't even think he could have imagined that coming on at that stage of the game. Oh, that's given away here to Fraser. Not what you want to do. And Benicofobie's got him behind. Oh, he tried to play to Fraser when the more logical option was to run it goal himself. Here's Grado to Rashford. Snodgrass miskicked it the first time, but he got away with it. Keane. Hughes. Oh, that's a nice ball. Acres of space for Rodriguez to run into. J. Rodriguez. Oof. Well, that was a really good move fashion, but Rodriguez chipped the effort onto the roof of the net. Grado. Wilshere. Oh! Unlucky off the post. Afobe couldn't make it pay. Daniels. And Snodgrass does the dirty work this time and keeps Bournemouth at bay. Still they come forward. Snodgrass to Grado. It's been given away. Andre Gray now at the other end. And it's Adam Smith for Bournemouth. Harry Harter for Bournemouth. They're having a right go today, Eddie Howe's men, and why not? Here's Afobe. Wilshere, another good try, and this time Heaton getting down well to save. That's a good ball. Grado. Deflection. Off. Goalkeeper was backpedaling, and Rodriguez had no other option but to concede the corner. Bournemouth really giving it a good go here in this first half. This was the earlier effort from Jack Wilshere that beat Heaton, but beat and hit the upright. As we come towards the last few moments of the first half, Grado with the corner. And again the flick away, and here's Rashford. He's got pace to burn, he's away, he's practically 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper here now. Can he keep his composure? It's Rashford. Oh, he's hit the post. And Daniels hooks it out. And both sides already in this first half hitting the upright. It should be at least 1-1 in this game. Instead of which we're still goalless. Amazingly, here's Smith to Arter, back to Smith. Good end to this first half. Smith still going, and still going, Smith. And Harry Arter spires it over the crossbar, and that's the last action of an action-packed first half, which has just lacked a goal, really. We've had everything else. Both sides have hit the post at least once. Wilshere for Bournemouth and Rashford for Burnley, but at half-time here at the Vitality Stadium, it's Bournemouth 0, Burnley 0. And here comes Gray in the second half. Good tackle there by Wilson, but here's Gray again. Dangerous looking cross, Adam Smith got there. Gray again. Still Gray off the defender and hooked away by Adam Smith. Well, we've had a decent 15 minutes or so here the second half, but still no way. Breakthrough, and Gray's onside. No, the flag is up, but it's a good effort. The goalkeeper was needed to save, but in vain, because he wouldn't have counted for much, because if you see there on the replay, Gray was just about a yard offside, so the referee and the linesman got it absolutely spot on as Harry Arter comes off, and Lewis Cup will get 25 minutes to see what he can do in this game. 83 minutes gone. Fraser, Gradle, Max Gradle. Oh, well, that would have put Burnley's European Champions League aspirations in jeopardy there if Gradle had been a bit more composed. Big chance for Bournemouth wasted. 2 added minutes at the end of what's been really a lacklustre second half in terms of entertainment. Sermon, Wilshere, good tackle. Hughes, is there any time for anything else? No, there isn't. And Mike Jones brings to the end a very bland second half. There was not really much to be said. First half was good as a spectacle. Both teams hitting the post, but really apart from one goal-test chance from Max Gradle in the second half, there was nothing really much to write home about. And Burnley's final away match of the season ends in a 0-0 stalemate. Final score at the Vitality Stadium, Bournemouth 0, Burnley 0, and the European dream still very much alive. So a disappointing point there, really. Burnley loses, apart from the Tottenham Cup final, which will be on the next episode. This is it now, this is it. It all rides on this one game now, coming right up. West Ham, extended highlights of this one. There's more action in it than the one you've just seen from the Vitality, for obvious reasons. Let's give you the league table before we go to Turf Moor for the final match of the season. We started the day of the game. Let's have a look at the table now. We started the day of the game in 3rd place, 3 points behind Stoke, but 2 points above Manchester United in 5th place. Bournemouth are down, and then it's a toss-up between West Ham, Sunderland and Bournemouth. So this had implications not just at the top, but at the bottom as well. So West Ham could conceivably go down as well. So let's get over to the turf for what could be a hybridly pressured afternoon's football. Well, here we are, the final game of the season. This could just have implications on Burnley's European ambitions. It could have implications on this man's relegation chances. They're 2 points above the drop zone as things stand. A win for Burnley could put them second on goal difference if Stoke don't win. But if West Ham win, they could possibly stay up. And this is a big game for them. They're away from home knowing that they need the points themselves against John Stutsy's men. So a big day at both ends of the table. Chelsea obviously champions. Burnley going with Will Hughes and Stephen Defoe, practically more or less, apart from the one change that's right as he's enforced at right midfield, where Gudmundsson is replaced by Snodgrass. As for West Ham, this is the team that Slaven Milic will hope they can get themselves out of trouble. All eyes will be on Dimitri Payet and Feghouli on the wings. They do have Salazar and Ayew and Noble, top players that could still get them out of trouble. Referee today, Roger East. Big game for him as well. So the game with huge importance, not just at the top but at the bottom, is underway. West Ham need the 3 points themselves to get themselves out of the bottom three they find themselves in at the start of the season, at the start of the day. Burnley need, I'm reminded, in Cotton Blue, looking to get European football for next season in the Champions League. Here's Rashford. Good try, good save by Randolph. And one gets the feeling that Darren Randolph may well be needed to make some superb saves to keep West Ham in with a shout of staying in the Premier League. Here's Burnley. Flanagan. Snodgrass. Burnley playing the ball around well and patiently, not doing anything stupid. Here's Snodgrass. Goal kick. But the pressure's certainly turned up on West Ham, who could be relegated today if they don't get a win. Flanagan. Defoe. Robertson. Burnley having all the play here. Rashford. What about the shot? Still might think about the shot, and he does, and it's wide and high and into the West Ham fans. He goes for a goal kick. Burnley having it all their way. A win would take them into the Champions League. You have to look at it from both sides of the coin, and at the moment it's the team in third doing the attacking. Snodgrass. Oh, what a lovely ball. Gray's onside. Is this the first goal? No. Randolph has saved, and Byram can hook it out. And West Ham really under the cosh now. He knows it. Rashford. And Gray again onside. He's timed his run well. Andre Gray, and Randolph has saved, but only half saved, and then had to fist the ball away. Danger still not over yet. Hughes trying the shot. And just wide of the post, far post. But West Ham here leading a very charmed life, not just in this game, but their Premier League status is really on a charmed life stage, on a life support machine now. Randolph's kick, 6 shots to nil already in Burnley's favour, which tells you everything you need to know. Nordfeldt. Oh, he's been robbed! Robbed by Rashford, and Rashford has punished him! Has made him pay big time! 5 minutes to half time. Rashford's 11th of the season, and my word he took it. He's had a good first season. Remember, he's on a 2-year loan deal from Manchester United, this young 18, 19-year-old, and he's had a good season. And John Stutzy knows the implications of that goal for his team, because that puts them in a Champions League place. But next season, they got to the quarterfinals of this year's Champions League before being humiliated over 2 legs by Barcelona. But it would pale into insignificance if West Ham here attacking can get themselves an equaliser. They need to score the next goal, because if they don't and they end up losing the game or even drawing the game, it won't be enough to keep them in the league. Here's Snodgrass. Snodgrass. Oh. Well, there were better options to his right. Snodgrass felt he could try and beat goalkeeper Randolph from there, but he couldn't. As Rodgers, the referee, checks his watch, blows the full half-time whistle, I should say, and Burnley are 45 minutes from returning to the top table of European football. But for West Ham, their plight is a lot more precarious. 45 minutes away from returning back to the Championship. Plenty of work for Welsh's team to do, because they trailed Burnley by 1-0 at half-time at Turf Moor. Well, we're back for the second half. Rashford and Hughes being sacrificed because they know they'll be needed for Wembley next week. So Patrick Bamford and Steven Gerrard both get second half run-outs on the final day of the season, knowing that if they hold on to what they've got, a European place, Champions League place is surely theirs. But West Ham need to score the next goal. But here comes Bamford! Oh! Well, that is a remarkably brilliant goal off the post and in. And that could also be a killer goal for West Ham's survival chances. And Darren Randolph, who's been in superb form all afternoon, was beaten by the accuracy of the shot. Yes, he needed a bit of luck off the post, but it was a smashing goal from Bamford. It's two goals in 2 consecutive home games. He got one against West Bromwich Albion a fortnight ago. But that goal now from him has even more significance on both teams' fate this season. Burnley are going to finish in the top 4 and be in the Champions League as Menendez has found Cresswell, and that's the best move that West Ham have fashioned. And if Aaron Cresswell had put that one away, they'd have been back in with an outside chance of staying in the Premier League. Bamford. Oh! Well, half the crowd thought it was in. And I've got to say, I thought it was in too. West Ham just backed off, and the shot just went narrowly wide. And it's beginning to look as if it's going to be a bleak day for the men in white. Mark Noble, the West Ham through and through, has come on to try and see if they can haul back an unlikely 2-goal deficit to win the game. They have to win. Even a draw isn't good enough as Bamford tries another shot straight in the arms of Darren Randolph. Here comes the corner from Payet. Zaza is also on. Defoe is there. Noble is there. Oh, the ricochets are just not pouncing for West Ham. Good authority punched away by Tom Heaton. And here's Steven Defoe on the break. And look at Jay Rodriguez. West Ham committing suicide, really. Pushing men forward. It's Rodriguez, it's Randolph. Oh, and Cresswell got back just in the nick of time on the line. 3 minutes to go, and Rodriguez is onside. Rodriguez, yes! What a way to finish the season. And how fitting it should be the hometown boy that could possibly score the final goal of Burnley's league campaign. A campaign that will see them finish at least 2nd place and in the top 4. And Champions League football next season and the extra revenue. But for West Ham, that's the final nail in their relegation coffin, because now they will be relegated. It's Rodriguez's 3rd goal for Burnley in the league since rejoining them. West Ham not just beaten, not just humiliated, but now relegated, all but relegated now. Aubameyang, Norvelt, who made an error on their 2nd goal. Ray has been penalised for a free kick. Not that it's going to matter in the grand scheme of things now, because Burnley are in the Champions League and West Ham, sadly for them, will be playing Championship football as Payet takes the free kick. Nodded away. Norvelt trying to make something of it. Norvelt shot over the top, and there it is. The final whistle has gone. Burnley are in the Champions League by finishing 2nd, but for West Ham it's even more significant for them because they have now been relegated to the Championship. They needed to win today and couldn't do so. Disappointment for West Ham. They go down to the Championship, but Burnley finish 2nd behind Chelsea and go into the Champions League proper next season. Great end of the season for them with the cup final still to come. Final score on the final day: Burnley 3, relegated West Ham 0. So there we are, the final games have been played, and Burnley in fact finished 2nd place on goal, ahead of Stoke on goal difference. West Ham, who you saw beaten by Burnley in the game we've just said, have been relegated by just 1 point. Hull have stayed up, and Watford have just about stayed up as well. Sunderland and Bournemouth also follow West Ham back to the Championship as well. So 3 established Premier League sides have all bit the dust, and it means that both Middlesbrough and Burnley all stay up, and it's the first time that 3 promoted sides have stayed in the Premier League. So a long time since then. But with a good performance, a great finish at the end. We scored 51 goals, conceded 32, good goal difference of 19, but we won 19 out of 38, drew 9, which is probably where we went wrong, and we lost 10. So it was a bit of a struggle, but we're there now in second place. We've got the elite coming, big money as well. We've got 130 million for finishing second, which is good for us. Now we've got an FA Cup final to look forward to next week. You'll be able to see that with us. Final match of the season, Spurs against Burnley at Wembley. Join me for that in the next episode where we devote it to them. Until then, from me, JB, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Please don't forget to leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. But for now, take care, have a good time. Until next time, take care, bye bye.